Is Amazon's AI game plan a sleeping giant or a missed opportunity? As the tech world races to harness artificial intelligence, Amazon's next move is under the microscope. Gene Munster of Deepwater dissects Amazon's latest earnings and, more importantly, its mysterious approach to AI.
2%. They did the 17.5. Why this matters is that this, of course, is one of the focus areas because of the profitability piece. But if you look at the gap between what happened with AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud over the last 3 months, they have been losing share over the past couple of years. They lost at a greater pace in the June quarter. That's a problem. And just given the tailwinds, I mean, we had blowout Google Cloud and Azure numbers. And the fact that we basically had similar growth in June versus March, 17-ish% growth. I mean, that says something. The guidance, I mean, just to put in a perspective of how much the street focuses on AWS, their revenue guidance for June, if you take the top end of their guidance, which typically they exceed that, means 13% growth for September. The street was at 9%. I mean, it was a great guide. And the operating income guide, they always guide low. You got to look at the top end. If you look at the top end of the operating income, they would guide it higher. So I think this really speaks to it's all about AWS. And I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know why it shouldn't be growing faster given all of the goodness that's happening in the cloud side.
Gene, it's Karen. Thanks for being on. So getting at the heart of the matter there, is there an explanation that would make you more comfortable? What's the one that, that makes me comfortable, demand's still there, they just have to gear up and spend, and then it will fill in, the margins will improve, or we're seeing a slowdown, pricing's under pressure?
Well, the tide is so much in AWS's favor. The one piece that we need to find out is how much of that performance was capacity constrained. They said in the March quarter that they were capacity constrained on AWS, and that led to analyst expectations inching up for growth rates in the back half of the year. But that question, I think, ultimately is going to, my guess is they're going to say they're supply constrained. But they would have to be really supply constrained to have justified that number. So I think there just is still something deeper here. I think the automation piece, there's so much goodness going on in their retail business. Gross margins are going up. Operating margins 2 years ago were 3.5%. They're 11.4% this quarter. I mean, just a lot of good things in retail. But I'm kind of tone deaf if I focus on the retail business. It's all about AWS.
So what do you suspect is going on with the AWS business? I mean, is their product inferior? Is it, I don't understand what it could be. Microsoft's just, marketing better. There's a better stack there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that they're probably just doing a better job of integrating those AI models into the overall system that's Azure. It's just been a cloud-first company for Azure, and I think that probably is impacting it. Hard to say. They should be benefiting. They wrote the playbook, and now they're not seeing it.
Barron's had a headline, Gene, today, or it was a line in an article today. Microsoft is evolving into the world's most important company. And when you talk about how Microsoft is maybe superior now to AWS and inherently superior to Alphabet, given its positioning, do you agree with that?
I mean, Microsoft's obviously important, but they're just not innovating at the same pace. I mean, Azure's, it's great. It's breathtaking what's going on there. But if you look at the breadth of what's going on, not only just in the public companies, but the big private companies, I think that you're going to see still a shifting of the guard. And I think ultimately, just look at the growth rates. Microsoft guided to 18% revenue growth. I think that that's great, up from 14%. This is for their September quarter. But for a company to be truly magnetic, I think that it needs to be kind of in this mid to high 30% growth, and that's probably not Microsoft.